Hey guys, Moses Supposes here. Thanks for listening to Moses Supposes World. Before the actual podcast episode starts, just wanted to give you a little bit of a brief message, tell you about Owner to Owner. That's Owner, the number 2 Owner. You can check them out on Instagram right now. These guys have the coolest vintage sports gear, vintage music gear. Everything is super dope retro things, all vintage, all hand-picked. If you're in the Dallas area, you definitely have to check them out. You can obviously check out their Instagram. I'll say it again, it's at Owner, the number 2 Owner. And I think they're open something like Friday to Sunday. They're a bit of a weekend store in the Dallas area. But I mean, easily the coolest vintage gear, the coolest sports gear. And it's not, from someone that you can just, it's not like Mitchell and Ness. It's not, just buying it from a random Instagram account or anything. It's some local people, some people from Dallas, good people. You guys definitely check them out. Obviously, you don't need to, but at least check out the Instagram page. See if you're close in the area. Stop by the store. DM them. See if talk about any products with them. Pretty helpful guys. But hey, just wanted to tell you guys about them and hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. Have a good one.
Moses supposes his toes are roses. Yeah, Moses supposes his toes are roses. Moses supposes his toes are roses.
Moses Supposes World, episode 3. Thank you guys for waiting, for the patience. I appreciate you. It is Moses Supposes. I am in the building. I'm thanking you guys for listening. We got some things to talk about. That's for sure today. We got a multitude of things to talk about. But man, you know what? I got that Caucasian skin, and it's gonna come out because we're starting off. We're opening up the gates. Drake dropped some heaters last night. I mean, some absolute heaters. I don't know if it's got anything for anyone. I'm a big Drake guy. I'll admit it. I think I talked about it a little bit. I've been listening to a lot of old Drake. Take Care is just, it's on repeat right now. I'm in that Marvin's Room zone. But dude, I'm telling you right now, I think it's okay to admit now that Drake can just come in the game at any single time and own it. It seems like every summer, summer is 16. All summer 16. Looking for revenge. All summer 16. Drake is just, it's crazy. He dropped Pop Star in Greece. Now, Pop Star was more of a little bit, and just, that was actually completely inaccurate. But Pop Stars are more of, the rap beat. It's a little bit harder hitting. And then obviously you still got that Summer Night song in Greece, which is just, I don't know which one I like more. In all honesty, Greece is a vibe. Drake is insane. I don't know how he does it, but it seems like, for a second here, I was like, man, is it not going to be a Drake summer? Is it not going to be an OVO summer? Because it seems like every summer it is. And Drake obviously pulls in late, half-court shot from deep, halfway through the game. No worries. Just pulling up, dropping up some music. I'm honestly super excited for him. Because these are some heaters, and they were on DJ Khaled's. They produced by DJ Khaled. The artist is DJ Khaled, but it's featuring Drake, and so it kind of gives me a little bit of hope, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Like, hey, maybe we get a little bit more of that Dracaris. Hey, yeah, seriously, Drake should just start going by Dracaris, because that boy can spit some fire. He spit in flames. Dracaris, for all my Game of Thrones people. Honestly, it's crazy to me. It's bonkers to me how Drake has that. He's got his foot on the game's throat. He's got his foot on the game's throat. This guy can come in whenever he wants and drop something crazy. It made me think back to. This is going to sound crazy, but remember when Future dropped? He dropped an album. He dropped the self-titled album Future, and that had Mask Off. That had Draco. That had. POA. Let's pull it up. Zoom, fire. POA was fire. Mask Off was fire. I'm So Groovy. Massage in My Room. Used to This took over the summer, and that dropped on, I think, February 17th. I got the date pulled up right here. February 17th, 2017. Future drops that album, and then I just remember that the next week. He drops Hendrix. So he dropped Future the one week. Next week, he dropped Hendrix. And it was like, whoa. This dude is bonkers. Are you kidding me? He dropped a fire album, and then he comes back and he gives another studio album. It was just, fantastic. Future and then Hendrix, just a week apart. One was February 17th, the other was February 24th. I have it pulled up right here. And, don't sleep. Don't sleep. What's it called? My Collection, coming out strong. Incredible. Incredible. That song was on Hendrix. I'ma need fresh air. Fresh air was on there. Amazing. Hallucinating. Amazing. Solo is probably my favorite song on that album. But when Future did that, it's insane. You don't even have to be a Future fan. I got a couple of friends that I know that love Drake and they're big Drake guys, but they can't stand Future. Life is Good. That song. They're trying to tell me that the Future didn't go so hard on it. Listen, you need to get educated real quick. If you're not bumping Future, my guy, you need to get on it. You need to get on it real quick because he has something for everybody, and definitely it's definitely crazy how some of these people we don't really. It seems like Future just a couple years ago was on Pluto. You know what I mean? Where he was doing a whole different thing. We don't want to never end. We don't want to never end. And turn on the lights. All those songs, that just seemed like it was a couple of years ago, and he's transformed into this mega artist. The same thing with Drake. It's pretty crazy how how these guys. Drake is probably the best example there is, but Future, Drake. It's amazing how these guys are able to put their keep raising the pedestal every single year, because it's crazy to me that Mask Off. Some of these songs were from 2017, almost 3 years ago. It's about to be 3 years and 5 months. Today is actually the 17th, Friday the 17th. So it's actually 3 years and 5 months since that first album dropped, Future, the self-titled album Future. I think that not only is that music just incredible, but also, hey man, you can't knock it if you don't try it. Definitely stream some Future. Definitely stream that new Drake. Goodness gracious. I don't know what your summer's looking like, but hey, man, even if you're just sitting in your room or you're out on a road trip, whatever it is, man, those two Drake songs, gonna make you want it to listen to a little bit longer. Wish they were a little bit of longer songs. Obviously, this is Mo Supposes World, sports and entertainment. So we got entertainment, we got sports, we got pretty much everything. One thing I will say is goodness gracious, guys. Last episode we were talking about the NFL R words. The NFL R words. And we were sitting there like, hey, why is Dan Snyder holding on to this R word? Why does he want to keep calling them the Skins? Why is he so bent out of shape on that? And you know what? That's still, you know what? They announced they're going to change the name. They announced certain things. Hey, good for them. I'm glad they're doing that. But do you know, like, whenever you got in trouble as a kid, or whenever you did something wrong as a kid, and you only got caught for like half of it. So like you did something and your mom was like, "What? You ate a cookie?" And she doesn't know that you actually ate the entire bag of cookies, not just one cookie. That's how it feels like with Dan Snyder. Like, we just thought that the Redskins name was the problem. Like, hey, why does this guy not want to change the name? He doesn't want to change the name. And then flash forward less than 5 days later, the Washington Post. Let's be fair. Let's be fair here. Yesterday, Thursday, July 16th, there was a lot of speculation going on Twitter, Reddit, social media in general, that what was going to be released by the Washington Post about the Washington R words, Skins, whatever you want to call it, the Washington team culture and their office, whatever was going to get dropped was going to be insane. We're talking about the ultimate, it seemed like an absolute just frat house that we had going on in the Washington R words front office. It seemed like these guys were just out there partying, not trying to do anything. A mixture of a frat house and Epstein's Island, it seems like, or something, was what the internet was given the vibe to. And hey, you know what? It's still horrible, the things that got released. These women talking about being horribly mistreated, and that has no place. You know what I mean? We're not going to really gloss over that too much, and I feel horrible for those women, but there was a lot of speculation going on saying that the Redskins were done. And Dan Snyder is definitely I mean, it seems like after that article dropped, he's still in a decent spot as far as how he can play his cards, because, you know, he's just saying that he didn't know about it, or I assume that he's saying that I didn't know about it, which is still like, come on, bro. I mean, it's, you know, you're the owner of a team and you don't know what's going on in your office. But hey, you know, it's the R words. I mean, Washington Redskins, it seems like he never knows what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on in the office. Dan Snyder doesn't know what's going on with the team. He doesn't know what's going on with the coaches. I mean, Ron Rivera is in for a show. Ron Rivera has a lot on his shoulders going on to this season. I feel bad for him, man. I feel bad for him. It's like Ron Rivera, I mean, it's like getting stuck with, you know, the laziest people in the class on a group project. You're trying to do the group project. You're trying to worry about this good grade. You're trying to worry about a Super Bowl. You're trying to worry about, you know, and then for some reason your classmate just threw a napkin across the room or something. You're sitting there like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to figure out how to win a Super Bowl, and then you're trying to turn the front office into a club. I mean, it sounds like it honestly sounds like they were trying to like be the high rollers or just be some kingpins or something down in Washington D.C. I don't know what these guys think a front office is. A front office. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, guys, but if you want to be a kingpin, if you want to be a cowboy or anything, well, cowboy's not the right word. But if you want to be a kingpin, then you need to head somewhere else. You maybe shouldn't be a front office free agent or a front office, you know, supervisor. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what some of these guys are thinking. Obviously, with great power comes great responsibility. You know, some of these guys are getting stuck in the front office and they don't appreciate what they got. Hey, you guys run a football team. Like, you make decisions that run a football team, and I assume that most of these guys are fans of the Washington Skins. They're a fan of the franchise. They're a fan of all that. How about you do something to win for the team? How about you do something for the actual franchise? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's a joke. They're lucky that they're getting bailed out. You know, good players are going to the Washington, and it seems like they don't stay there for that long. Ron Rivera's there. Dwayne Haskins started to give people some issues last year. I think, you know, we might potentially be getting a new leaf here for the Washington R words. And I don't know if Dan Snyder is going to be the right person to supervise that. This guy cannot supervise anything. I don't think this guy can supervise his toenails, to be honest with you. This guy just doesn't seem like he has a clue what's going on, or at least he doesn't want to know what's going on. If you are really engaged, if you are really into your team, into your franchise or anything, like, you're not letting stuff slide unless you're a part of it. That's what makes me think that this Dan Snyder, I don't know, guys. You want me to go off on a tangent here? Like, what do we, and some part of me thinks, like, what do we expect? Like, you know, there's some good people out there. There are definitely some hard workers. They go out, they are in the business world. They just are absolute business sharks, savvy, sharp. They're doing everything they can. They're in the they're cutthroat. They're getting the best deals. And you know what? They're still respectful humans. They're out there treating people with respect. They're treating people with dignity. They're treating people the way they want to be treated. And then there's this weird little paradigm shift. And then there's this weird little shift. Hey, I'm not perfect. I've done plenty of things. Hey, what are you doing? Buddy, wise up real quick. But also, hey, I'm not running the Washington Redskins. Hey, I'm just running Mo Suppose's world, baby. I'm just running Mo Suppose's world. I'm not out here running the Washington Redskins. Hey, don't look at me. And I still feel like I got more morality and values than some of these guys. It's ridiculous. You run a football team, guys. Like, it should be the ultimate football guy atmosphere. You know what I mean? Everyone there, or football girl, you know, just because of whatever happened. You know, let's be equal. But it should be the ultimate, hey, let's win. What do we want to do? Why are we all sitting here in this front office? Especially if you're a Washington R word. It's like, hey, we suck. How about let's go not suck? And let's make a culture where let's get together. Let's get each other better or not. Instead, you guys want to have a Christmas party, all the snow in the world, all the Christmas party, snow bunnies. Hey, what's going on? Hey, calm down a little bit. You were supposed to run a franchise. Oh, whoa. Stop throwing all these ragers. Stop treating people horribly. Some of these, you know, I haven't read the full article, which, you know, maybe I shouldn't have admitted to. But I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't read the full article. I've glanced at it a little bit. I'm going to read most of it. I'm going to try to read all of it after sometime today or sometime in the next couple of days. But hey, this kind of stuff shouldn't come out. This is the NFL. And what's crazy to me is think about these players. Josh Gordon has a doobie once in a while, and this guy is just absolutely flamed up by everyone. Just absolute. What does this guy do? He doesn't care. He's not motivated. He can't do. What is this guy's problem? Look, none of these guys are perfect, but it's ridiculous to me how the NFL players and some of these guys are held to a different standard just because they're in the limelight, just because they're on camera. Look, these guys, I'm going to sound a little bit like, I can't remember his name right now. But, some of these front office people truly believe that they are part of the team. And you know what? They are to some extent. But if you guys really want to believe you're part of the team, act like it. Some of these people that were, it seems like the people that were accused of, doing the sexual assaulting, that were, accused of misogyny and accused of just, making this woman cry day after day, just making her feel super uncomfortable at work, which is just horrible, and multiple people too. And there was backed up stories, all that. I don't know how that happens under someone's watch. I don't know how that happens under someone's watch, and in a football environment especially, it's all about the team. It's all about, it's all about a culture here. You know what I mean? If you don't have a culture, if you don't have a culture, then what do you got? I don't think the Patriots front office is throwing ragers every once in a while. It's just ridiculous. I don't think it's happening. We'll get off to that though. Rest in peace to the Washington R-words. Let's see what happens to their franchise name. It's kind of good timing, I guess. It's good timing, but it's just odd timing too. A week ago, they were focused about the name, and now you got to focus on a whole different part of it. If you're a player that's playing for the Washington R-words, maybe you're thinking about what color jersey you're going to wear, and now this week you're worried about who you're going to play for, where potentially where your check's coming from, what the stadium name is. It's a tough place to be in. It's a tough place to be in, and it's part of, the shift that seems like is going on in our world today. And the shift has to be energized, I feel like, because there are good things that come out of this. You know what I mean? People should be treated with respect in their workplace, no matter what. And so if the end goal is that, let's do it 100%. Also, let's make sure that we're still making sure that we're getting the right people. We're making sure that we're treating people with respect every single day. And then hopefully this kind of stuff doesn't happen. It's ridiculous. This is the National Football League. One of these players does something wrong, and he's on the news the next day. You know what I mean? Seems like some of these front office people do something wrong, and then we find out about it, 12 years later, or 5 years later, or 12 months later, whatever it is. I got a problem with that. I got a small problem with that. Another thing that happened is, on a less serious note, is Chris Jones, the defensive lineman for the Chiefs, he got signed. And so the big worry is Mahomes got paid. How are they going to pay the rest of their stars? Because they got a playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. Can we get a playmaker on the defensive side of the ball? That's what Chris Jones was. And Chris Jones got signed. And I don't know, everyone was speculating, how's it going to happen? Listen, I'm not a numbers guy. I don't really like to look into them too much. Just tell me what's going on, and let's save some time here. Cap space, all that stuff, hey, I don't want to seem uneducated, but that cap space stuff, just a foreign language to me. I don't get it. The cap space is like the nation's debt. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be $4 trillion in debt. And the Patriots have, they need to sign $50 million worth of players with only $12 million. That's the same energy, in my opinion. I don't know how they did it. And, if we were really speaking to, if we're really speaking to the actual effects of this, because, okay, cool, Chris Jones got signed. Cool, they're, getting a defensive star back in. I think this definitely speaks more to the AFC. I think that the AFC has a problem. We will definitely see when the season starts up because, hey, you got to do it twice. You got to greatness continues. You know what I mean? Greatness doesn't just happen for one season then dips. It continues. And so, the AFC will definitely be interesting. It's gonna get scary. It is gonna get scary. I'm just thinking off the top of my head here, but you got Patrick Mahomes. He's got to earn this contract basically. So he's gonna be on a revenge tour, and the whole team is gonna be on a revenge tour, back-to-back championships. Then you have, what's another team? Then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger's coming back. He's had some things happen in the offseason. He's got to bounce back, come back strong. Juju Smith-Schuster, I think, is on a contract year. He's got to come back strong. He's got to show what's going on. The Steelers' defense kept them in the entire season last year. They are going to keep going strong. Steelers are going to be insane. You got to think about the Bengals. Bengals are getting this Joe Burrow kid, absolutely insane. We'll see what he does. And they also just re-signed A.J. Green. I don't know what it was exactly. I forgot the exact details, but I know that A.J. Green is reporting to camp. He will be there. What else do we got? I mean, the Ravens. Lamar Jackson, if someone's got something to prove, it's Lamar Jackson. Everyone thought that this guy was the heater of the century. Let's see if this guy can keep continuing bringing it up next season. Patriots, goodness gracious. Cam Newton, you want to talk about greatness continues. Greatness doesn't just leave once after a while. That's Cam Newton for you, man. I'm telling you, that man is going to be on a mission. And not just Cam Newton. Bill Belichick is going to be on a mission. I think there's been a lot of, not blasphemy, but there's been a lot of disrespect. Bill Belichick is about to turn into Bill Birdman. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on my name. You better put some respect. Put some respect on my name, is what Bill Belichick's about to say. Because, hey, that's the brains. It's Bill Brains, baby. He's the one that's been doing all of this. He's the one that's been there the whole time. Tom Brady has been as well, but hey, Bill Belichick's still here. That's what they're trying to say, and that's what they're trying to prove. It's going to be a scary time to deal with the. It's going to be a scary time to deal with the Patriots. You're talking about the Bills too. Bills finally made the playoffs for the first time in a while. Didn't make it all the way there, but. Are the Bills in the AFC? Yeah, the Bills are in the AFC. Josh Allen rocket of an arm, and also you got Stephon Diggs coming this year. So now Cole Beasley isn't the number one. You got Stephon Diggs coming into Buffalo Soldier. You got Stephon Diggs playing for them now. It's going to be a cutthroat AFC season. Cutthroat. I know I'm leaving some people out. But hey, we'll worry about that another time. It's going to be interesting. The Chiefs have a lot to prove. Titans, that's another team. Titans got a lot to prove too. I mean, there's a lot of teams that, AFC is looking scary. NFC definitely looking scary in its own way, but this Chris Jones signing definitely makes it a little more scary. Gronk coming back. He's coming back to the league. And I'm not big on Madden. I'm not in, I love video games. I love playing them. And right now I'm in a weird spot where I'm just not playing them. I don't know what it is, but it's just I'm not playing them. But let's talk about Madden ratings. I'm only going to talk about one. I'm only going to talk about one Madden rating. It's Gronk at 97. This is an absolute head scratcher. I don't get it. I understand they're different positions, but I think Deshaun Watson was an 86. 86 overall. So I know that they're different. Hold on. They're different positions, I know. But Gronk leaves for a year, okay? Okay, he leaves for a year, and he comes back, and then he's 90s, and then he's 97. And so now you look at Deshaun Watson. He had an amazing year. This guy had an amazing year, and now he's an 86. I mean, you can pick apart a bunch of these different Madden ratings. It's ridiculous. I think I had to mention it just because Gronk 97 is just. Gronk 97 is just an absolute joke, if we're being honest. It's an absolute joke. Guy hasn't done anything. And I understand it's just Madden, it's just a video game. But I think that some of these guys take it very seriously. I think it was Le'Veon Bell, or I forgot who it was, but someone was like, keep that same energy. I don't even want you to raise my Madden rating after I do good on everything. It's like, people care about this stuff. And so for Gronk to be at 97 after it seems like the outrage for the other ratings were pretty high, you know what? They're going to start calling Madden because they just make people mad. It's the Mad ratings, not the Madden ratings, the Mad ratings. All they do is make people mad. It's ridiculous. Mad. It's maddening. It's maddening what they're doing. It's ridiculous. But hey, good for them. Get your chicken. It seems like Madden has been releasing the same game for the last 15 years and collecting that same check. So, hey, good for you guys. Keep getting your chickens. Shout out Marshawn Lynch, baby. What do we got? NBA. NBA's been pretty crazy. Zion has to leave the bubble for a family medical matter. I'm torn apart. Honestly. Zion, he's playing with my emotions, man. I mean, it seems like we can't get enough Zion, and then as soon as we feel like we might have some Zion, we don't get Zion anymore. I'm not complaining. Hey, That's a human being. He can do whatever he wants to do. I respect his decision, whatever it is. You know, who am I to tell Zion, what is this guy doing leaving the bubble? Everybody else got to stay in the bubble, but you leaving the bubble? And so now you got to quarantine? Why are you leaving the bubble if everyone else can leave the bubble? I mean, everyone else has a family too. I'm not on that boat. Zion, do what you got to do, bro. Especially if it's a family matter. Take care of your chickens, man. Take care of your chickens. Take care of your people at home. And do what you got to do. But hey, if you want to come back and be a little quick about it, hey. No one's going to stop you, brother. No one's going to stop you at all. I need some Zion in my life. That Pelicans team is so energetic. They ended so well. I mean, I loved where the Pelicans ended their season because they were just on the up. They were on the playoff hunt. They are chasing that playoff little spot. And between Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, got love for Josh Hart, got love for Derek Favors. Obviously, Drew Holiday has been doing his thing as the quote-unquote leader role. And then obviously Zion Williamson. Jackson Hayes is another rookie that has been looking pretty sharp. Is Redick still there? Maybe I'm tripping. JJ Redick is still... Yeah. I'm telling you, I love this Pelicans team, and I hope that Zion gets back quickly because I really want to see Zion and Dizzy. Zion, I can't combine the word Zion and Orlando off the top of my head, but Zion Orlando or Orlando Zion or whatever it is, it's going to be a movie. It's going to be the best movie that Disney has ever put out. Disney is Zion on that Orlando floor. But, between Zion Williamson leaving and then some of these other players that have gone either injured or, Rashawn Holmes goes and orders DoorDash. I don't get it. And I understand, okay, this is the problem. Why does he have to do the 10-day quarantine? Because if he orders DoorDash and the guy that gives him the DoorDash is just sick, just horribly sick, and he coughed all over whatever it is, and then Rashawn Holmes gets sick, the exposure and all that is just, it's not what the NBA wants at all. Adam Silver is trying to run a tight ship. Down there in Orlando. He doesn't need people getting DoorDash and all that. What I will say though, hold on, calm down before I'm not going all out on you guys. But a man needs his Popeye's chicken. Yo, a man needs his pizza slices. A man needs his gyros with rice and a little bit of must and a little bit of chicken on top of that hummus with some pita bread. A man needs his takeout. Figure something out. NBA and DoorDash, figure something out. Do something like a collab or something. Because I'm telling you, some of this food and some of these items that they have put on social media, some of these NBA players have put on social media, it's looking rough. And listen, I don't mean to be, I'm not petty. I'm not trying to say that I've eaten some questionable things, and I honestly will not eat some questionable things. You know what I mean? I will say, though, that the quality of this food is good for a college student. It's good for me. It's good for anybody that's, I'm going to take whatever food I can get right now, homie. I'm good. Whatever. I'm going to take some milk and then a sandwich with nothing in between. Just 2 pieces of bread. I'll put the milk in between them for you. I mean, I'll eat that. But these are NBA players. Dwight Howard has posted some of the things he's eaten, and I'm like, yo, Dwight Howard needs an entire cow. He needs an entire bowl to eat during this entire quarantine. This guy doesn't need 4 salads and 3 fruit cups. This guy needs some serious bulking food. And if you guys can't give it to him, I think that some of these guys are going to have a problem. Some of these guys are going to have a big problem, matter of fact, just because not only are you losing weight, but you're still running and gunning. Like, you're doing everything that you're usually doing. Going into full practices, going into full workouts, doing all that. That's why I don't believe LeBron is staying there. I'm a LeBron guy, LeBron pod. But, I've come to decide that there's no way LeBron is in a hotel room that Rajon Rondo posted. I'll tell you that much. There's no way LeBron is in there. And hey, I might be wrong. We might get to the very end of this, and he just really just moved everything into his room, and he's like, hey, this is why I wasn't showing you guys, because I got 3 fish tanks in my hotel room. That's why I didn't want to show you, because it's for privacy reasons. I got Nemo in there. I don't want anybody to see him until I leave Orlando. You know what I mean? A capture and release type of thing. But there's no way LeBron is staying there. There's no way that LeBron is going on to this season eating fruit cups and arugula salad with a little bit of balsamic vinaigrette on it. I mean, this man is going to be eating good. He's gonna be eating good. I want to know what his wine situation is like. I want to know what everyone's like drinking situation is. I'm pretty sure there's a hotel lobby, a bar in the lobby. A couple of players have tweeted out saying I'm about to go get a drink at the lobby, which is so cool. Like in my opinion, like it's the coolest thing ever that like Kyle Kuzma can just like leave his room one night, go get a drink at the bar, and Joel Embiid might be at the bar too. You know what I'm saying? Have a little bit of a screwdriver or whatever. And I don't know what Joel Embiid would drink. Joel Embiid seems like either like the Mambo Tax, just like an absolute just slush drink, or just I don't know. Everyone can be a vodka soda guy, but I definitely think Joel Embiid is like Long Island teeing it up or something. Who knows what he's doing? Wow. I'm actually going to we'll switch gears for a little bit here. Long Island tea, no tea in it. I didn't know that. Long Island tea, just a mixture of those spirits and those liqueurs, and then Coca-Cola. They spray Coca-Cola in there. And I know that they spray it because they got the spray gun, but in my opinion, I always thought that they have a spray iced tea gun. Because I remember ordering that drink, and they spray something in there. I just thought that was tea. Long Island tea made with Coca-Cola. I did not know that. That's bonkers. That is breaking news. Long Island tea made with Coca-Cola, not tea. So I don't know. That Joel Embiid, I don't know if he'll be drinking that or not, but hey, it's kind of cool that there is a bar down there. Honestly, guys, like I would love to make it to Orlando. I'd love to make it to Orlando and just like I don't know, be Ben Simmons for a day or something. Just like chill around, try to go on a water slide, try to go around Orlando. I've never been to Disney World, never been to Orlando. I've never been to, actually maybe I've passed through Orlando. I've been to Florida before, but never Orlando, never Disney World, never Disneyland. I would love to go. And if I get to see some NBA players, ooh, come on. I heard they need fans. Hey, I'll be the number one fan. I'll be out there with my popcorn, my number one sign. Honestly, screw it. I will be a cheerleader. I will be an NBA cheerleader for you guys because, listen, NBA, you need fans. And you need someone that has passion. You need someone that cares. I love everybody. I love everybody in the NBA. I love every single team. I love everybody. I will be, well, that's questionable. But I will be the number one cheerleader for the NBA. I will be Team NBA. Like, who's that? What's it called? I can't think of his name now. But I'm just going to be wearing, like, the Team NBA hat. You know what I mean? Just Team NBA all the way. Me and Adam Silver, best buds. Rest in peace, David Stern, my guy. But yeah, I would love to make it to Orlando. And I'd love to be a little, fly on the wall for any of these things. You know what I mean? Like, The Last Dance kind of opened me up a little bit to the whole documentary side of it and kind of it really made me fascinated with these players' lives. I would love to be a fly on the wall during some of these Orlando things. And I hope it's being documented well. I really hope it's getting documented well because I don't know why. I mean, maybe I'm not paying attention or something, but it feels like we're getting not really the full access into what's going on in Orlando. Part of me thinks that maybe it's just because it's not that nice, and so there's not that much to show besides, hey, we're pretty much getting tested, practicing, quarantining, back. Practicing, quarantining, testing, back. You know what I mean? There's nothing that fancy to show. But still, I want to know what's going on. I want to know. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of like being, every team is in its own frat pretty much. Every team is, back in AAU mode. You know what I mean? It's like a bunch of AAU teams are back down there, and I'm interested to see how it is. Jason Tatum has like posted a picture of like 30 Beats pills. Like Beats sent him like 30 Beats pills. Patrick Beverly posted a picture of like 50 white tees saying, "Hit me up." You know what I mean? Like, I'd love to know some of the stories that come out of this. I'd love to talk to some of the guys that are coming out of this. And hey, let's be real here. Stephen A. Smith said it best. Like, these are men. These are grown men. Hey, they want to be out there. They got their women. They got their girlfriends. They got their wives. All that. How is this going to go for them? I think it's at least 40 days. At least 40 days that they are going to be away, or they're supposed to be away from family. We'll leave it at that. The snitch hotline was like another thing. Speaking of, snitch hotline was another thing. And, oh my God, the snitch hotline is just hilarious to me because it's such like an Adam Silver thing to do. But it's so funny to think about like the users of the snitch hotline. Chris Paul is getting it bad. Chris Paul, they're really clowning on him for using it, or allegedly, that guy's a tattletale. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I would love to just listen. I think someone did tweet about this, or I saw this on Instagram or something. It needs to be live streamed. The hotline needs to be a hotline live stream where we can just listen in on what's being called on the live, and obviously distort the voices because we would know and all that and everything. But just to hear someone get on the phone and be like, "Yeah, I am actually down the hall from James Harden." Actually, I'll switch the name up because, James, you don't deserve that right now. We'll talk about that later. But I'm down the hall from Joel Embiid is dating someone now, so we'll respect him and his girlfriend. I'm down the hall from J.R. Smith, and it seems like a couple of females that are not, they don't play for the Lakers. I don't think they play for the Lakers, but it's going to be Chris Paul on the phone just saying, I think that J.R. Smith got a couple females in his room and they do not have DoorDash outfits on. They do not seem like they're from DoorDash. And we all get to listen in on that. Or you get another guy it's 2 p.m. right now, and it's 2 a.m. right now, middle of the night, and I'm telling you, I cannot hear, this guy is just smashing something upstairs. And I don't know if this guy is just getting down, or what he's doing. But can you check on that for me? And then someone checks on it, and it's just Jimmy Butler dribbling a basketball. I would love to just hear these calls. I'd love to hear some of these guys going on. I want to get full access. Give me full access. That's what I want to say. Let me see everything that's going on in this bubble because I need it. I want it. I want everything. James Harden, I mentioned him. I'm not going to get super into that. I think yesterday, Houston Rockets Twitter account posted a picture of James Harden wearing the thin blue line mask. James Harden, if I could guess on a player that just doesn't know anything that's going on and just cares about shooting hoops and going to the club and just chilling and being a basketball player and being a boss, enjoying life, James Harden is that guy. James Harden is a legend, and I don't think he's out here trying to make political reform. He's not LeBron James. James Harden is not LeBron James at all. And that's totally okay. There's this weird notion that you have to be super woke or you have to be super outspoken about certain things. And, he said that he's going to make a statement regarding the mask he wore and do something for Black Lives Matter in response to it. But man, James Harden, I was not looking for, LeBron James is someone that when things are going on, I'm looking for his opinion. James Harden is usually on the sideline when it comes to off the court. In the court, that man's shooting up everything he wants, man. Thank you guys again for making it to the end of another podcast. I don't think we have much to talk about else, but hey, if you made it till the end, always, I'm going to say this every single time, love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to all this. Hope you got a laugh out of it. Follow the Instagram at SportsMoses. Head to the link in that bio. Hey, I got a Twitter account. It's Supposes Moses, the number 1, Supposes Moses 1. Follow me on there. I am going to try to keep uploading once a week or twice a week. Some weeks, just keep doing it. I do not have an actual base schedule, but hey, I appreciate you guys for listening to me. Always, Moses Supposes. We out here. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you.